Hello everybody. This is a very long video, but a very big project. Quite a bit larger than I'd anticipated when I first got it. A double, well not double fish, but a fish plate positive negative with both sides in mini pieces. So lots of repair, lots of fixing, lots of everything. And there was so much video trying to edit it, which I'm still working on. I hope you don't catch too many mistakes, but you probably will, because this is just a hobby of mine. Anyways, lots of this is on the cutting room floor, so to speak, and you'll see why, because two different sides. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this video, because it was about 8 months. Okay, this is all the contents of one box. A couple big pieces, some small pieces, maybe some medium pieces, another big piece. I'm going to open up all of these without being on camera, because this might take a short while. Going to lay them out and then show you what I got for this first box. And oh my, is not this very much fun. Here's the last piece. Now all these pieces that you see on here is two sides, both sides, positive, negative, of one fish. I just have to be able to figure out where each piece goes. Luckily he numbers them. And do the best I can so you can barely see where I've attached the pieces. But there's one fish, both sides. Let me see if I can get this rearranged a bit so you can better see what's going on here. So, until then. Okay, I'm always nervous when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Hopefully there's another piece in the other box there. I need a tail end here, and I can swing this around. You can see this beautiful snout right here, but no tail end, so I'm hoping I need a little bit more rock in the other box. So, let me go get the other box. Okay, got the snout into that fish, or this side of that fish. Got the tail end. And it's pretty big. There's my hand. I got that kind of buried, but there's the snout end to this other side. And I had to place that rock on top of that rock, but there's the tail end. So there's two whole sides of a fish. A lot of work, a lot of grinding. Not much air scribing, a little bit. A lot of fixing cracks and repairing. But those should turn out pretty nice. And then I still have 3 big slabs of rock there. I got to open up and run out of room. Not sure what that is. That might go to this. This is a fish I need to prep and get a load of this baby. Whoa! I wish that missing piece of rock was there, but that's one cool little fish. I'll sell that side someday. Get a load of this side. Oh, let me turn that around so he's dorsal side up. Beautiful fish. Nice shrimps. So that's going to be a really awesome piece. Very awesome. Pretty damn happy with that piece. That one, not as much. You can see where my thumb is at. Big piece of missing rock. Maybe I can fill that in with all this extra rock. Anyways, I'm going to open up these pieces, see what I've ordered. I ordered this stuff a month ago and then a bunch of stuff the other day, so I forgot without looking at the computer what I've ordered. So it's almost like Christmas. Alright, I've cleaned up all this rock pretty good. Looks a lot better. But I couldn't understand what was going on here, so I had to lift this side and then position this just so. That's how it fits. Oh my God, this, I had no idea it was going to be this many problems. Or I knew there was going to be a lot of problems, but this is a big one. So I'm not going to glue that up yet. I'm going to clean everything up and figure out how I'm going to attack this. You can see how freaking crooked this rock is. Look at that. Fishies, shrimp, just loaded with stuff. Another shrimp. I don't know what that thing is. That's pretty weird. Huh. Anyways, clean it up, figure out how to attack it, and then do it. This is going to be a bit more of a job than I had anticipated. So I went in the house and mixed me a drink of courage. Ah, delicious. And along with what my son got me, a badge of courage. Should be okay. I hope. Tail end of this guy here, side number 1. I'm not going to glue that on there until I get a board to put everything on. But if you can see that or not, but there's this big chunk of rock here that's just going to come off, get out of the way. It's not much, but not much, but that'll help. That's stuck below this layer. Anyways, that's done. Lots of steps. So here's the front end of this fish, side number 1. Always trying to do a dry fit. That's actually not too bad. Shame they're missing this piece of rock, but it's an easy rebuild. But will I be able to make it look like it's not? I don't know. But I'm going to glue this piece together because it's pretty obvious. Okay, I think I about got that. It's those 2 pieces. I had to make sure this was level and this was level. It's still off by a hair, I think, but these 2 pieces of rock are different thicknesses, so it's a little on the difficult side. Anyways, I'm just going to let that sit for 24 hours and not touch it. Here's the middle of the fish. There's still 2 or 3 more pieces back there, little filler in pieces and stuff, but I'm going to see if I can get this glued together. Well, cleaned up, washed up, and then glued together. This one has to be pretty good because everything has to fit here, everything has to fit over here. Wish me luck. Alright, these pieces are all cleaned up. I always dry fit first, and this is a, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that thing is absolutely curved. This is where the animal was laying, or a little ways from where it was laying. So that curve means you can't just lay it flat and glue it together. It has to hold that curve. So it's a pretty tight fit. Anyways, I'll do the best I can. That might be a bit tricky. That definitely is a trouble compounder. Okay, quit being afraid here. Get back to work. Alright, I'm not going to touch this one. This was a bit tricky being it has a curve to it. As I just put a little bit of pressure on this clamp, it wanted to pop up, so I'm holding it down on this side with the crab ball, and I'm holding it down on this side with the crab ball. So hopefully I won't touch that. Okay, that's cured for almost 24 hours. See the back. That'll tell us how good of a job I did. Oh, that's pretty good. A little bit of excess glue, but who cares? So then the next real test is this piece right there. And there's something in the way. Anyways, I'm going to play with this until I can get it to fit just right. The better that fits, the better everything else fits behind it. Or next in line anyways. So I won't show you that. That gets kind of boring. Okay, I've decided before I glue this on, I want this to be the same shape. Let me turn this around, which goes right here. So I'm going to put this piece on first, which is really funky. It doesn't fit like you want it to, but goes underneath the rock, and what a mess. So that's where it goes, right there. Jeez, it's going to be definitely some fixing on this dang rock. So I'm going to do that first, let that cure, then try to fit that to that without gluing it, but see how it fits. And it's all a process. And now to cut some backer board for this fish. There you go. Okay, got a backer board cut for this. Still in pieces. These two pieces are glued together. These two pieces are glued together. This one will be glued on. Then I'll just have 4 major pieces. But being that this one is to be glued, that's a little cockeyed. And if you look underneath here, let's see if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a great big. I'm going to flatten this out. I'm going to flatten this out a bit just so it sits better on the rock. And what I'm going to, on this one, once I get this figured out, I got to take a bunch of rock down on this side right here so it'll fit and glue onto the rock. A lot of work. Some tricky work. Haven't figured out what I'm going to do with this ugly piece yet, but I'll figure something out. But I'm a whole lot closer to done. Closer done. Long ways to go. And I've noticed that this dorsal, since you can see that, let me see if I can zoom in there a little bit. Yeah, this dorsal here, you can see that little magnesium is where it stops there, because this part of this little small part of this fin is still on that rock, just like this end of this tail is still on the other rock, the other, the opposing side. So I'm going to try to get that other piece off the tail, glue that on, try to get this off over there and glue that on. And I don't know about this tip yet. I'll find that out when I get there. I haven't looked at that yet. But a lot of work, a lot of separate little issues, a lot of things to be done. But when it's all said and done, cleaned up and sauced up, it's going to be effing nice. Oh, almost cussed there. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, there you go. Still gluing up side number 1. I did a dry fit here. I'll see if you can see this. When that's there, this is way up in the air. So So I've got some rocks for shims to hold it while the glue sets. What worries me the most is there's not a whole lot of rock here to hold this glue. So that's kind of scary. Pretty tough glue, but yeah, I guess if it breaks, it breaks. Anyways, I'm going to glue this together and clamp it, and then all this will be in one piece. And I still got to work on this. It's getting there slowly but surely. Oh, here's the tail end of this guy. This is going to be a job to fit this onto that. But look at this. I can stick my whole hand underneath there. Holy kermoly. This is the crap I'm having to fight. So, I mean, it's fixable, but that's just a lot more work. But anyways, it's going to be a really cool fish. A super cool fish. So, today I'm going to try to see if I can fit this onto that, make some marks to where I can grind. Otherwise it's going to, I don't know what it's going to do. Find out when I get there. Wish me luck. Lots of washing, lots of cleaning, lots of scrubbing, lots of gluing, lots of clamping. This baby is, well, there's number one side. This piece has to be turned over and then glued to that side and glued onto the board. But I think that's going to take some work on the back to make it lower to the board. Okay. I'm afraid of that this thing is kind of like a saddle when this isn't glued together yet. But when it is, it's kind of like a saddle, which means this will touch nothing. Won't even touch this board. So I think I'm going to have to shim this side up a little bit. Might do some grinding on the back, bring that up and down, glue that on the board, then take this and shim it the way it needs to be done to where it fits just right, and then glue it. And then I gotta fill all this stuff in. Which reminds me, I gotta buy some more rock out. Anyways, that's for side number one. That's where she sits now. Okay, there's not too many contact points. That scares me. But I'm going to have to stand up and move this. Show you what I got here. Jesus. Don't want to move those shims. The shims are right where they're supposed to be. So what I'm going to do is take this silicone, glue these shims into place. Like so. That'll put that rock right where I want it. I put this pencil mark right here because there's a contact point right here. So that tube has bitten the dust. Jesus Christ. Luckily I got one ready. I'm going to just chop the crap out of that because this has to hold. It's a lot of silicone, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Now then, I got my marks here where the rock goes because this just they cut nothing square. little bit of pressure. Got some glue on here, must have come in from the other side yesterday, but I can get rid of that. Okay, that's just going to sit there and cure. First piece glued onto the backing board. I'm actually getting somewhere. Okay, that's it for that spot, or that part of that fish today. Okay, here's the tricky one. I took a bunch of wooden shims, broke them into little pieces, put that thing into place, positioned everything so that when I put this back on there, that's exactly the way it's supposed to be. I even marked these and when I picked up the rock, and anyways, I glued them on with silicone. So we're going to have at least 4 contact points. Take care of that, and then all right, that's glued. Wow, here goes nothing. Jesus, this is scary. That is pretty much it, except my fancy clamping system here. I'm going to put that like that. It's not long enough to reach the end of the rock, so I've got this one also. Just a little, oh Jesus, it was coming apart on me. Jesus, hope I didn't move anything. Damn it. Okay, wow. That was a job. I don't know if I got all that. I guess I should have backed the camera up. Jeez, I'm bad at that. I'm getting better, but anyways, there it is for now. Alright. Got him all glued onto the board. I drew some squared up lines where I'm going to cut once I get ready to cut. I transferred those lines onto the back of the board. And all these X's are where I'm going to put screws to take up that difference and help hold the rockite in. But I take a drill. Jesus, come on! And I drill holes. Makes it a whole lot easier for the screws to go in through this fiber concrete board or whatever the heck it is. Then just screw them in until they touch the rock. No farther. Even drilling those holes, still tough to get those screws in that tough stuff. Then cut them off, turn it over, or upside, right side up, and do it again. There. Now then, that's all done. One more step closer to the finish line, but a long ways to go. Oh, geez, that's heavy. I've got 2 more pieces of rock, one here and one down here. I'm gonna have to make a piece of rock for this corner because there just isn't any. It sucks, but what do you do? So I'll glue those on, go on to the next step. Okay, this piece is glued back on, and I glued this piece on here. When this is dry, I'm going to try to see if I can split this rock from here all the way down to about here, and hopefully I can use that rock to fill in this spot right here. Fingers crossed on that one. I don't see that working, but you know, miracles happen. Okay, it's been 24 hours, roughly 24 hours. So this is on there pretty good. This one's on there pretty good. Now for the moment of truth here, I'm going to try to see if this will split. If this will split off, I got plenty of rock to rebuild this. And if it comes off in pieces, then that's the way it is. So this is kind of scary. Whoop! There it goes! Oh crap, look at that! Jesus, get this up. Damn, God. Oh, God! Sorry about that. A little too excited here. Oh, man. Get a load of that. That didn't work out perfect. I wasn't quite low enough here, but geez, that worked out great. And now I got rock for here. Oh man, that worked out fantastic. Woohoo! Yeah, that's 2 thumbs up. Okay, now I got to shape rock. So, a little bit of shaping. I can easily fill that in, but the important thing is it's the same rock and it's the same color. So when that's all said and done, at least it won't be this missing freaking corner. So it'll be missing this little bit, but whether I'll fix that up or not, I don't know. We cut right. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna glue that, let it set for a while, a couple days probably, and then go on to the dreaded rockite. Hope there's no blowouts with the rockite. Holy moly. Alrighty then. This baby's ready for rockite. I wish I could cut this square out first and then do the rockite, but that saw is so bloody powerful. Who knows what it could break. Anyways, I'm going to add the rockite first to fill up all these areas underneath this fish. It's only touching basically here in the center on this board, but you gotta worry about blowouts. You can blow out here, 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 maybe here, here. So all these have to be stuffed with tissue paper. At least that's what I use, and then taped around this whole entire thing. And I mean taped good. It'll blow out through tape too if it isn't taped good enough. Believe you me, I've had some disasters. Anyways, this is going to take a while, so let me get to taping up. Anyways, I'm getting there, slow but sure. Okay, slow but sure. You can see I'm taping the crap out of this. I even put wood here to hold it even more. I'll even tape it more. Crappy tape, probably from China. And I know tape. I used to be a painting contractor. This here has nothing for the paper to stick to, so I'll have to clean it up later, but I'm going to use a little bit of silicone. To hold that together for now. Believe you me, cleaning off that silicone off that rock is a lot easier than fixing a blowout. There it is. That took a good hour or so, longer than I thought, but it's a real horror movie now. This is The Mummy from Lebanon. But anyways, all of this, and I'm still expecting a small blowout. I don't know where. Hope it's small. Anyways, I've got a lot of rockite to mix. Let me see if I can show this to you. Just a kind of a cement patch. I guess any cement patch will work, but I'm going to mix that up to a pourability state where I can literally pour it in here, and as it fills up, oh god, I'm getting nervous. Jesus. Well, hell with it. Here goes nothing. I mixed up a whole bag. There's 2 bags per bucket. And now I'm about as nervous as you can get. Crappies, here goes nothing. It can get a little messy, but so far I'm doing pretty good. Figures I'd put this right by the light. Jesus. It's always something. That's the way it goes. Well, burp it like a baby. Well, that should be all the way at the bottom, maybe, hopefully. Alright, gonna mix another bag, or at least half a bag. I got a half a bag left here. See what happens. Wish me luck. Get a load of that. Completely filled up. Took 3 entire bags of this concrete powder. A heck of a lot of tapping with the hammer to get the air bubbles out and stuff, and hopefully it's everywhere. I don't know. I'll find out when I unwrap this baby. I got to keep the heat on the garage tonight so this doesn't freeze, because it's very cold outside. If it freezes, I'm sure that would be destroyed. So anyways, that's it for the day. I'd say it's a good day, even though it's only morning. Okay, 24 hours. I'm gonna start taking this stuff off, and apparently no blowouts. Can you do that side over there? Right in the camera. What's up, everybody? That's Fossil Hunter Extraordinaire right there, for those of you who don't know. Anyways, let me, this might take a while, so I'll show you when we're done. Alright, taking the top stuff off. You can see I had a small blowout here. Leaked all the way down the fish, down to here. Had a blowout here somehow. And a small blowout here. And a blowout there. Jesus. But overall, not too bad. So we're going to flip it sideways and take all the tape off the back, and then I'm going to clean it up. Anyways, there she is for now. Okay, all cut. Still got to grind it when this is all cured and stuff. It's already starting to break. I'm going to wash this up, and I think I'm just going to let it sit there for a week or so. Maybe work on these edges. Just get some glue down in there. But now to wash. Oh, and then I gotta do the same thing to that side. It's taking a while, but that's what it looks like when it's all nice and flattened. You can see there's a little bit of rock damage. Crack fell apart, but that's easily fixed. The backing board, the concrete mix, the actual rock. So one more side to go. That's a lot of work and my arm is getting achy. Taking my grinder with the diamond blade on it, cutting out a bunch of wood and stuff, and silicone from when I trimmed this up. It ran into the shim. Anyways, I'll fill that with this rockite stuff. But I just nicked my knuckle. Jeez, that hurts. And it's so small. Anyways, I'll put a band-aid on that and get back to work. I got things I gotta do. Gotta mix up this rockite stuff. You can mix it to any type of thickness you want. Pretty saggy, runny stuff, really. My buddy Tom taught me this, or turned me on to this stuff. A guy that knows just about anything and everything when it comes to fossil prep. Anyways, I'm going to take there's some silicone in there, so I just put the screw in there to help hold this stuff. Don't know if this is going to be thick enough or not, to tell you the truth. Come on, Jesus. That wasn't too smart. Let that set up a little bit. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. Let that set up a little bit, add some more, let that set up a little bit, add some more. Fill in these little tiny things over here and way over there. And pretty soon I'll be able to work on the actual fish. That's going to be nice. All this work just to get to the dang fish. Alright, got them turned over. Got a backing piece of wood on there. Glued and screwed. Same thing with the French cleat here. It's going nowhere. That'll hold 400 or 500 pounds even though it doesn't weigh that much. That one's ready. Same thing with that one. Last thing I'm going to do today is finish up the edges of this rock where I've added some rockite to make them really nice. Turn them over and start working on the fish. And today I'm going to start another project. That guy right over there. Hopefully it's going to be a beauty. This won't take long. Lung protectors. 95. Eye protectors. Brand new sander I'm going to take for a whirl. Going to hit these edges. Show you what it looks like. So much for the dust collector. I don't know if you can see this or not. In fact, hold on a minute. Let me show you a close-up of this. you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see the different levels of rock in here, I think. So that's why that concrete stuff just fills all that in, and it doesn't look too bad when it's done. It just adds extra weight, which I can do without nowadays. Anyways, I'm going to go all the way around all these sides, turn these over, and get back to work. Okay, I tacked from the side here and it popped. So it's a little too deep, but at least this can go on that other fish, and I can soften up this edge here easily. Well, all the stuff will be easily fixed. It's just time. Alright, now I gotta go take some rock off the other fish. That's it for side one, for most of the repairing rock putting together. Here's side two. I cut a lot out because it's basically the same stuff, just the other side. So here you go. I'm working on the cleaning up and gluing up this number 2 side of this guitar fish, and I realized the last one was missing a piece of tail. This one, the last of the tail, is actually get this light ready better. This piece of rock here is covering this last piece of tail. I'm hoping I can get this off in one piece, put it on the other fish so I can have the very end of the tail. That would work out nice, but I'm going to do that later. Right now I'm working on gluing this thing back up together. Side number 2 is the opposite, obviously, of side number 1. Side number 1 has a saddle this way. This one so far now has a hump this way because of that. So there's going to be gobs of rock underneath here I can grind down to bring this side down, and then glue that on, then shim this up to where it needs to be to glue it to here, and then fill all of that in with rock guy. That's what I'm going to do. So got a bunch of work to do, a lot of grinding, but yeah, it's only like 10 degrees outside, so I don't know if I'll go out there or not. There's a few small pieces that came with this. Had no idea where that one went until just a little while ago. I just washed it with the toothbrush and water, both sides, get all the dust, all that slurry stuff off, and it goes right there. So I'm going to glue that on, then I'll grind all this and that, and then that'll be ready to hopefully glue on to this other big piece. So onward and forward, and there she be, one step closer. A lot of steps for these babies. Here's side number 2, which I've drawn my lines to square it up. Then I realized that this piece of rock here needs to come off. Well, hopefully it'll come off where that line is at. Then this piece goes right here. So before I cut that, I gotta take that off. And the same thing with this piece here, because this and this, I can do that anytime, but this piece needs to go right here. So I'm getting nervous again. Wish me the best of luck. And carrying these damn things are heavy. Jeez, at least for me they are. Okay, I've usually had pretty good luck with this. I hope that luck stays the same, because it'd be nice to be able to use this piece of rock on the other piece and not have to build anything. I'm using the Super Jack. It's one of my favorite tools. And here goes freaking nothing. crap. Oh crap, this makes me nervous. Jesus, makes me nervous. Get a load of that! Holy crap! I couldn't have worked out any better. Jesus. Oh crap, I'm happy. That's so easy to get rid of and hide, I don't even care. Okay, I gotta turn it around and I gotta try to get this side. Hope that works as good. Can't see it happening, but I can always cross my fingers and hope. Okay, this piece here, I'm sure I can get this piece, I think. But getting this piece off, which has a piece of fish underneath here, all this from here to there should, ideally, if that came off in one piece, that would be great, except this is a separate piece of rock because this has been glued on. So, even if I can just get part of this, that would be great. Okay, that was way too deep and it's going up. You can't see that crack underneath there, but it's not going up like I thought it was. So I've drawn another line. Whether I've ruined it or not, I do not know. This is driving me nuts. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. Or maybe it is. Obviously, I'm cutting off for that line of that, so I don't need any of that. Except on maybe on the other side of the fish, but there's one piece. I'm going to have to glue that. Starting to break. Or no, I glued this whole piece on. Whew, never mind. And whether I'll get this or not, I don't know, but I'll worry about that later. Anyways, I got that piece, so that's good. So, just minutes ago, I took off these two pieces of rock from side 2. Going to add these to side 1. This one goes right here, as like so. And the other one, let me adjust this camera. I'm getting a little better at remembering camera angles for the viewers. This one goes right here. I got to play with that one, make that fit a little better, but there's going to be a little bit of fixing, but not much. That just looks a whole lot better. And the other piece is this piece right here. I don't know if I'll be able to get that off or not, but you can see it's got a piece of the fish. Not a very big piece, but I'm going to try to get that off too. I wish this rock was over there, but it's not. Anyways, I'm one happy camper. That's pretty freaking cool. Over and out. I'm adding the powdered concrete stuff, and if you look down here, you can easily see a blowout. It came through somewhere, I'm not quite sure yet. I had some very tricky spots all over the place on this one. You can see it leaking down onto the floor. It stopped, so it's starting to set, so it won't leak anymore. But dang, Ola, jeepers. That's going to be some cleanup, I think. I'll find out when that cures and I get it unwrapped. But there's a blowout for you. And believe you me, I try to be careful. Ugh. Okay. Besides that blowout, which I just realized, then I think there's 2 more smaller blowouts in there. Man, what a mess. Anyways, I've got this piece glued on. Little rock there for weight for the night. Let it cure. Now this piece, I use the cyano, the thick stuff. It's called gap filler. You can use whatever you want there, really, I guess. Try not to put too much on this very edge. It's just going to leak out and give you more to clean up, but it's just the way it is sometimes. This is a lot easier than fossil crabs, I tell you that. though quite different. Whoop. And let me get some on this edge. Hold that baby in place. And I got some little wooden cut pieces of shim so I don't mark up the rock. I mean, you mark up the rock a lot anyways, just trying to get things cleaned up, but why add more marks if you don't have to, right? There. I am done for the day. Okay. All clamped, glued, almost 24 hours, so that's done. That's how that worked so beautifully. Is just, that's a freaking miracle. This piece is all glued on in there. I can easily fix all this, or at least hide it, try to hide it. I'll cut this off and that off later today. Then call it quits because it'll be too dusty. And here's side number 2. Actually the good side if you ask me. And you can see this huge mound of concrete stuff here. Oh, I've been dreading that. So I came out here. I'm gonna cut this tape off and clean this up and call it quits. Got my water ready, got my scrub brushes and toothbrushes and stuff. So let's see what kind of a mess I've got here. Definitely a mess, Jesus. Here goes nothing. Or everything. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh, that's, oh Jesus. Luckily I had some tape there so it's not all. I need a chisel. So luckily a lot of this is on some tape. I taped everything up, then taped it up again, so it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I do not know where my chisel is at. That's great. So I will be back. Alright, that took a while. So quite the job, really. Holy cow. There we go. Oh, Lord. That is going to be a heck of a cleanup job. That's got to be the worst blowout I've ever had. How can that happen when I thought I was so careful? Obviously it came from over here somewhere. Anyways, I'm going to clean that up and let's do this and hope for a good cleanup job. Boy, this is a mess. Okay, that took a while. I got all the tape off, or at least most of it. You can see where I put in tissue paper for cracks and stuff, and it still leaked in this little tiny crack that I thought was filled with glue. Here's one that worked pretty good. That was all filled with tissue paper. This one didn't work too bad. A little bit of a blowout. Good sized blowout here. This came from over there apparently. Somewhere this really blew out. So that's the mess. And when I get this rock cut to where I want it, squared up, I'm going to use these pieces to build in this piece over here to make it more, you know, look like it's complete anyways. So, back to work. Okay, boy oh boy, that took a lot longer than I thought. I had to be real careful because the concrete stuff was on this tail end. I am concerned about the rock and putting marks in it, so I was careful there, but I was going faster there and a lot slower there. I'm going to try to take this hunk of rock, I don't know if it'll come off or not, and put it on over here. I don't know if you can see that or not. This hunk of rock right here goes right here. I can hide all that if it works. Also, when the fun starts, I'm going to try to take off this piece of rock because this little piece of fin goes over there, and this tip, I don't know if I can save that tip or not, and put that over here on this tip. You can see this black mark right there, this black, and it's gone here, so there's a little tiny piece of fin over here in this rock. Anyways, I'm going to clean this up. If I would have waited a week or two, that would have been an absolute catastrophe, because this stuff isn't cured yet, so it comes off fairly easy. Anyways, I'm going to give this a scrubbing. Okay, the only places I scrubbed is where the concrete was. I'm not worried about the edges because you can see that pencil line right there. It's going to be cut off. And then my son comes over Saturday. I'm going to have him cut this, save certain pieces, and back to work. Then the real fun begins. I cannot believe it takes this long to put these things together, but it does. Anyways, there you go.
I flipped it over.
Okay, here's the corner I'm working on. I picked out some rock, marked them, cut them. You can see that goes pretty good there. That goes pretty good there. When that glue is dried and cured, which will be 24 hours at least, then I'll fill all this area with that concrete stuff. Then I'll make a cut through here, and that'll be pretty much it for that corner, except for crack repairing. Anyways, here goes nothing. A little bit of glue. Then hold it right where you want it. Uh-oh, Jesus. That cold ruined my bottle. Oh, Jesus, that's not good. That's not good at all. Well, as you can see, folks, not everything works out. So, our accelerator, which speeds up the set instantly almost with this thick set, apparently does not work. I gotta go get a new top. I'll be back. Okay, got a brand new top for this thing. So, now this piece. Hopefully. I'm going to put a little monster bit of glue here. I can always clean it up later. And see if the new spray bottle works. there it is. Ta-da! Okay. Yesterday, I taped this off, screwed some screws underneath here, then cut those off, mixed some rockite, and poured it in here. And now, been curing for 24 hours, probably not enough. But I'll cut this line right here, and it'll blend right into the rest of this, and it'll look like that was never missing any rock. Now I got to work on this, which I had some pieces. Now I don't know where they're at. I got two pieces I got to shape to hide this god-awful crack. That's just too big. Anyways, once I get this fixed, cut that, I'm ready to work on the actual fish. Right on. It's going to be fun. Okay. Cut some little pieces of rock. Hopefully they'll fit pretty good. Got my thick, kind of the gap filler. Gonna put some glue on here on the edges. Like so. Then try to hold that in place. If you're using an accelerator, it's got to be dry before that stuff will set. And hopefully this piece will fit right in there. It's not perfect, but it'll do the job. It'll be mostly rock instead of mostly crack filler. It's gonna be glue where I don't want it, but oh man, that's tough. All right, let that cure for a little bit, but because I don't trust this, I'll have to do some glue removal, but that can be done. Okay, carefully take off some excess. A little more of this, and I'll let that cure for a while. Then I'll fill that in with this concrete material, and then boy, I'm ready for fish. I forgot about this piece of rock, which is covering the very edge of this dorsal, and then I got hopefully take this off of this tail and put it back on. Whether they break in pieces or not, I do not know. Then I still got to figure out what's going on with this one, because it's got some rock on it. Anyways, here goes nothing again. some of this rock. Well, that didn't work at all. That came off in many pieces. I got a couple big pieces in there, so at least I can put some on the other tail and rebuild it if I have to, which it looks like I'm going to have to. Let's see if I can show you that. This will be a pretty good side tail, though. A little bit of cleanup still, but not too bad. Now I'm going to attack this. Oh, geez. Hope I don't ruin that one, too. Oh, well. It's always something. Okay, this rock fractured here and here. Still got the pieces, but that goes right like so. So, a little bit of thick viscosity cyanoacrylate. I'm really not worried about putting on too much here. Look it around until it fits where you want it. Here's a piece. Left hand doesn't work too good. What's going on? Something's in the way. What the hell have I done? There we go. Jesus. It gets messy sometimes. It's the way it is. Just about glued my fingers together again. Certainly won't be the last time. And I got all these rubber glove things, but I never put them on. Too busy to put them on. Man, that doesn't fit too good at all. There we go, that one. Anyways, once those cracks are filled, that'll kind of disappear. And then, you can see this. This piece I'm going to clamp onto right there. When that's dry, I'll cut that. Got to build rock there. Still got to build. I don't know if you can see all that or not. Still got to build all this and fix this corner. This is a really terrible corner, but it's just a slow process. Once it's all said and done, the only one's going to really know is me. Unless you've been prepping for 30 years and you know what to look for. Anyways, I'm going to glue that on and call it quits for the day. Okay, I didn't like this area. I took this piece right here off of the other side and put it back here and created this. Even though I took this piece off the other side too, it's still too low. So I went through my extra rock pieces. Don't throw anything away, that's my problem. And I took these rocks and I shaped them so that they kind of fit like so, and cover that massive hole down in there. These little cracks will be easier to repair than that massive hole, and it just makes it a little bit smoother, even though that does not look smooth at all. But that's what I'm doing. I'm going to glue this up. I'm going to start filling some of these cracks. I'm going to wash up the other fish, and that's probably going to be it for the day. Or not the other fish, the other side of this fish. Okay, since everything else has got things drying and gluing and whatnot, I'm going to start with these cracks right here, probably as far as I'll get. And I got to finish all the cracks all the way down that one, and all the cracks on that one, including some rock edges I got to clean up, and one little piece of rock transfer I just found. Anyways, it'll take me about a half an hour to do those. I'm going to call it quits for the day. Okay, I put this off for a couple of weeks, even though I have done some crack repair here. I'm going to finish up all the cracks on this fish, not on the fish itself, but the rock around it. It's going to take several different colors of putty to do the actual cracks in the fish. So I'll do that at a later date. But I got all my 2-part putties, my powdered colorants, water, lead dust, tools, brush for cleaning. Trying out something new today. I got these scouring pad things. My wife got these for me, and I cut the strip into 2 pieces, and just gonna see how it works. The sponges, even though they do work, they fall apart pretty easily. Good old made in China, you betcha. Okay, I'm gonna mix some putties and get to work. And there's probably, with this fish and the other half over there, I've got about 15 freaking miles of cracks. I might be stretching that a bit, but it's going to take quite a while. So here goes nothing. Yeah, this is the same stuff. It's falling apart. A little easier to use though because it's not so spongy. Turn out too bad. We will see. Don't forget the lab dust. A little bit of lead dust works wonders. be afraid to push hard. And there's that spot. Many more spots to go. Okay, made my new leb dust. I'm going to fill this in and soften that up. Then I'm going to work on this fish. I got this to fill, all these cracks to fill. I already did that one. I'm going to redo that one. And then it's about ready to really clean up. I've filled up these cracks, but I've never cleaned them up yet. I got so sick and tired of filling cracks I had to quit for a while. Anyways, back at it again. Alrighty then, that took a lot longer than I thought. I wore gloves this time, so instead of messing up my hands and fingers and stuff, it'd be quite nice. Rip them off, have clean fingers. This crack here I filled with just glue, so it's not going to stick. The putty, 2-part putty will not stick to this. So I don't know if I'm going to dig it out when I get my air scribe back from the shop or not, or if I just paint that. But oh, I got to work on that. Jesus. Every time if I keep looking at it, I keep wanting to work on it. But the cracks are pretty much gone except for here, and little hairline cracks, which I'm not too worried about. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. That's what I've got left. One color is absolutely gone. I gotta work on that some more. It doesn't look right. Alright, I'll be back. Back to the other side now. Got my new diamond wheel cutter here. See how that works out. These are the pieces of rock that I actually faked on here. I mean, they're real rock, but I just to build up that corner, but it's sticking out, so I got to cut it. And I need a I've already got a more powerful Fordham, but I haven't hooked it up yet. Okay. Happy day today because I think this is the 6th prep session of crack filling, and boy did I get tired of crack filling. I've got these almost hairline cracks that I got to get rid of. That's basically for here with some I don't know if you can see this over here or not, but little odds and ends elsewhere on this fish or this rock. And today the crack filling is done, and I'll go on to the next procedure of both halves of these babies. Thank goodness. Ta-da! I don't know how many hours that took, but that took a long time and a lot of work. Anyways, my air scribe's in the shop, but I've got some rock here to take off. I got some rock here to take off, and you can't see it back here. Right here's got to come off. Some back here clear to the tail. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then there's where I'm going to soften the rock, meaning that like this piece of rock here, if I can pop that off, it'll go right here and hide this little cavern, or this cliff. Okay, it's been a good couple of months at least since I've done any work on these guys. About time I finish these up and get one on the wall. As you can plainly see here, I don't know, let me check the camera here. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. There's places like here where there's rock still on the fish over here, so I'm gonna I ran a line over this table, so I got an air scribe, like so. Hopefully this stuff will just easily pop off. Like that, the way it's supposed to. Boy, that's sticky stuff. But it came off, just had to work at it. But I want this line to be as good as possible, the outline of the fish. In areas it's not going to be good at all, but what can you do? I've got, I don't know if you can see that. Let me adjust the camera here. I can clean up this fin, and I can clean up this fin, and I can clean up this tail end, and just can flatten this out. Just a whole bunch of odds and ends, and a little tiny bit of acrylic work. And I'm not talking solid color acrylics, but acrylics where I mix with water, almost like a tea. I don't want any solid colors here, and not very much of even the watered down stuff. Anyways, I'm going to clean these up, then wash the entire thing, and then sauce it up, and it should look pretty good now. That was a hell of a lot of work. More work getting these things together and on boards and all the concrete stuff than there is actual prep. Okay, except for that edge over there that I've got to clean up. That one is done. I wish I had better lighting. Of course, that one's upside down. And so I went on to this one, and that one's done. That was a huge project, and those are big fish and heavy. That's the problem with this hobby. Rocks are heavy. Anyways, I can't wait for at least one of these to be up on the wall. I don't know if I'm going to sell this one or put it up on the wall. I don't know. I'll figure that out when I come to that bridge.